Hello, and welcome to Replay viewers. I'm Una Doyle of Creative Flow. I'm a business development coach for creative, so welcome Ross. Hi. Ross Periscopes a lot around mindset for actors and things like that, so go and follow Ross. So welcome to other people. Please come in, say hi. Hi there from the fire. So yeah, please say hi, say where you're calling in, where you're Skyping. I never get this right. Scoping in from. I always say Skype instead of scoping because I use Skype a lot in my day-to-day business. Okay, so today we've got a really important question, which is about how much do you trust? Okay, and this can affect your business and your personal life tremendously. So I've got a question for you. If you were to put how much you trust on a scale of 1 to 10, where 0 is you trust nobody and where 10 is you trust lots of people, then what would you put on that? And then while you're putting those comments in, I'm just going to flip the screen because I want to do a bit of drawing today. I want to show you something about trust and about a way that you can actually use to gauge, are you trusting the right amount? Okay, so I'm going to talk through that. So I'll just flip the camera over now. And please do share. This is a really powerful thing. So please do, share it with your Twitter followers, share it with your Periscope followers. So yeah. So from the fire, was it from the fire? It said 7 there. So who else have we got? What have you got? Okay, so you can see here. Okay, so here's this line. So there's this continuum basically. Okay, and so what we'll find is that there are some people, and they will basically, hi Debs, they will basically trust everybody. Okay, and they often find that sometimes they maybe get taken advantage of. Do you think that's ever happened to you? So hey Ross, so you say you tend to trust quite highly until you've proven not to trust that person. Okay, and a lot of people will say that, but and there's some definite advantages to doing that, but there's also some cons as well. So let's have a look at that. I'm just going to make this a little bit smaller so we can see it all on the screen here. Okay, so we have those people who trust everybody, and then we also have people over here who trust nobody. Okay, so these are people who've usually had their fingers burnt, and they're in a situation where they think, well, if I just trust nobody, people have to prove themselves to me first. Thank you very much for inviting followers, Debs, I really appreciate it. And I'm sure they will too, okay? So, because this is a really important scope. If they can't watch it now, they can watch the replay. So yeah, so you've got people who trust everybody, you've got people who trust nobody, and so where exactly do you need to be? Well, before we talk about that, let's talk about what happens when you trust everybody. And the reason I'm doing this scope actually is because I saw a conversation on Facebook over the weekend where somebody was talking about how they'd extended trust to somebody, and as they thought they would, they were in the process of letting them down. And I was there was all these people commenting on this, right? Let me just flip this. There was all these people commenting on this Facebook post, kind of going, oh, I know this always happens to me, but oh well, better luck next time, and things. And I was like going, are you crazy? Why would you do that? Okay, and I think part of the thing is, like, I know, like, this person and a lot of the people who are following her, they're in the personal development world. They love to think positively. They love to be really nice. And you know what? So do I actually. Okay, I like to think the best of people. I'm a very optimistic person naturally. However, I've had some big lessons in my life that have taught me about trust. Okay, so let's see what happens like when you look at the other way, where people just never trust anybody. Well, I wonder what opportunities you might miss out on. You probably would find it very difficult to collaborate. So in terms of actually growing your business and growing your team, that's going to be challenging. Also, delegation, trust is such a big blocker that I find when I'm working with my clients. So I work with a lot of creative business owners and help them to grow their business. And, in order to do that, often they do need to grow their team, at least least at the very beginning, to start outsourcing some work, and then to make the most of actually, you have to let go. And the thing is, us creatives, maybe you've got this too as well, Debs, maybe, for us creators, I think it's hard enough to actually let go of control. Okay, so if you've got trust issues coming in on top of that, then that can really be a big problem. Okay, so we've got some hearts going there. Yes, thank you. Please tap the screen to let me know which bits of this you're resonating with and which bits you like. So thank you for the hearts. So you've got these two extremes that a lot of people, tend to have. Okay, so in Ross, we can see that. I know, because you've got a couple of different businesses, you've been doing some collaborations and joint ventures, and it's a big thing to be able to let go of that control, but there's some specific ways that you can do that, okay? So I'm going to switch the screen back, because I want to kind of, just have a look at, well, where do you think you should be in that continuum? And really, I think you need to be kind of here. Let's draw a little heart. And the thing is that what's in this heart actually is me. And I don't mean me as an Una, though of course I'd be quite happy for you to trust me. I do my best to be a trustworthy person. But what I mean by that is I want you to actually trust yourself and to trust your own judgment. Okay? So, if your inner voice is telling you, well, I don't think this person is trustworthy, then listen to it, okay? Don't ignore what you're feeling, okay? Your intuition is really powerful. Now, occasionally, sometimes, if people are over here where they're trusting nobody, then maybe that's not their inner self, and that kind of guidance. Maybe it's just fear, okay? So make sure you're making the distinction between that. But trusting yourself is so important. You've got to learn to trust your own judgment, okay? Yeah, absolutely. Listen to the alarm bells when they're ringing. Yes, I mean, what clearly had happened with this person, now they said they were doing it knowingly and they were going to see what lessons came out of it. And okay, fine, maybe that's what they needed to do and maybe that's what they were being guided to do. But I was, surprised with all these answers and comments that they had, with the response, okay? And I just don't want to see people in a situation where they get their fingers burnt. Okay, so so you've got to learn to trust your own judgment. You've got to learn to listen to yourself when those alarm bells are ringing, and also you've got to learn how to discriminate. Okay, so when are the times when you can extend trust in being a trusting person, and when don't you? Okay, so number one, always make sure that before you commit to trusting somebody, that you actually do a bit of research or have some sort of little test to establish how trustworthy are they. Because if you don't trust somebody, and I think this is one of the big blockers that happens, okay, is that I think a lot of those people who are commenting saying, oh well, better look next time, who have their trust broken a lot, they want to be the nice person. They want to be the nice guy. They don't want to be a person who doesn't trust. But not trusting somebody, if they are not trustworthy, is not about you. It's about them. It's about them not being worthy of your trust. It's as simple as that. It's actually in the words, trustworthy. Okay, so you've got to look at that, and so check if it's a business owner or an employee. Check the references, check the reviews, the testimonials. Maybe even speak to some other people. Particularly if you're going to be putting money in somebody's hands, or if you're perhaps looking to be in business with them, because how they are regarded and how they behave is going to reflect on you. Well or badly, depending on, how good they are and how trustworthy they are. And the other thing is, just be aware of the fact that just because somebody is really, really nice and has got a very big heart, that doesn't necessarily mean that they can be trusted to deliver what it is that you're wanting them to, okay? Now, so whether this is in a collaboration or whether it's as an employee, then, you've got to look at, well, what are their natural strengths and abilities? Where are the areas where they're going to be most trusted? And actually, let me just, what might be an idea, just want to get up an image here for you. Oh dear, that was not a good idea. Let me search for something else. I just want to show you something that I think might help in getting, where are we? I think this will do, will it? No, this one. Yeah, let me just open up this. Oh, in fact, here it is here. Gosh, I already have a document open that has this on it. So let me just get back to the right page. It's from a webinar I was running earlier today. Okay, here we are. Let me just flip this. Okay, so let's move the computer. So this is the Wealth Dynamics Square, and there are 8. It's a personality profiling tool, and there's 8 different profiles around here. So we've got the creator, the mechanic, the star, etc. All these different profiles, and you can see then we've got these frequencies. Or energies. So we've got dynamo at the top, tempo at the bottom, steel on the left hand side, and blaze on the right. And so depending on the makeup of each person's profile, they can be trusted in different areas. So we can see here we have innovation, and the people who have very high dynamo energy, they are the very creative people, and they can be innovation trusted. So if you're needing people to be innovative, then you want somebody who fits into one of these profiles, ideally. If you want somebody to get the timing right on things, excuse me, I don't necessarily mean about being on time, but I'm talking about the right time to bring something to market, the right time to make things happen. People who are more into the kind of everyday detail and routine and processes, then that's where they're going to be most trusted. If you want people who are going to be going out and about and interacting and engaging with people for you, then ideally you want them to have high blaze energy over here. These are the extroverted people who love to be interacting with people. But don't give them spreadsheets to do. Okay, that's what the people over here who have high steel energy tend to be very good at, because they're very good at systems and processes and analysing things. So they're the ones who are going to be most trusted with detail. Okay, so what you don't want to do is, have somebody who has high steel energy, being put in a position where you're trusting them with, say, customer service, which is what tempo person would be very good at. Or going out and networking as a main part of their job. And that's not to say that any of us can't turn our hand to something, okay? We can. We're all, very capable of learning. But actually, if you're looking for somebody to deliver, then you want to make sure that you can trust them, okay? So the other thing is then about actually how can you delegate to somebody and make sure you're doing it in a safe way. So first of all, you've got to make sure that what you're delegating isn't going to sink the ship. All right, so put some thought into it. If everything went wrong, what's the worst that could happen, and are you okay with that? And make sure. I mean, this is an area that I see going wrong all the time when people are delegating, is that they're not clear enough about what the end objective is. Now, sometimes you need to let people do things the way that they would do them, but if you're not sure about that, then ask them to tell you how they're going to approach something. And if you see a better way, then great, yeah, share that with them. But the last thing you want to be doing is micromanaging. But make sure that you're just breaking things down so it's very, very clear what the next step is. Okay, so okay, so look at the things that we've talked about here. So make sure that you're trusting your own judgment, that you're listening to yourself, and that you get some discrimination about, who is trustworthy. So make sure you look into people and don't just take things on face value. Okay, that's a recipe for disaster. And actually, another thing is, if people are looking to kind of work with you and collaborate with you, get them to do something, get them to work a little bit about that. It's kind of almost like, if somebody wants to kind of, ask you out on a date, you get them to work a little bit for it. Yeah, absolutely. Definitely take control of your business, but not in a way that you're being a control freak. Okay. Because it's about that balance. Okay. So, whereas we've got the, the trust everybody versus trusting nobody, and we have this nice balance in the middle. It's exactly the same about the control you take over your business. You need to make sure that you are looking at you need to make sure that you're looking at and controlling the right things. So if you are outsourcing, say, some financial aspects of your business, it doesn't mean that you're not going to be reviewing the figures with them. And I don't mean going over everything they did, but just making sure you're looking at, well, are things being done right? Maybe have the odd spot check. And of course, trust grows over time as people deliver. And this is a great thing. The more that you are trusted, the more you will be given work to do in that area of trust. Now, this applies to you in terms of your sales as well, okay? So if you want to increase your sales, then you need to increase the amount of trust you have in the marketplace, okay? But that's a whole other scope. I'll talk about that another time. But today I want to talk more about you trusting other people. So yeah, but it works the same for them, so that when they're doing work you can trust them to deliver, then you're going to be happy to give them more of that work. You'd be more happy to let go of that control. Okay. All right. So look into people, look at, kind of extending smart trust. Stephen Covey has written a whole book on this. It's called The Speed of Trust. In fact, I probably have it behind me here. Where is it? Yeah, there we go. Stephen Covey, The Speed of Trust. I'm trusting that that's going to, I don't know if that's showing up in the right way round on your screens, is it? Maybe not. Can you let me know? So if that wasn't, maybe I can flick it around. Yes, you did see it. Okay, cool. To me, it looked backwards, but I think it's because I get a mirror view. So that's a brilliant book, and it's got loads of examples and statistics in there that are really great, and some ideas on how you can actually, work with people in a more trusted way. Okay, so, have you got any questions? Is there anything else that you know or you feel or you want to know about this topic? Let me know. If you're watching this in the replay, tweet at me. I'll just put on here actually my Twitter, which is the same as my Periscope handle. By the way, if you haven't followed me yet, and you want to have more scopes like this, then please follow me. And I just want to let you know actually as well about a webinar that I'm running. So I ran it this morning, and I'm also running it for the next couple of days, so you can still hop on here, and it's a live training session. And it's all about how to get a consistent flow of new clients. Okay, so you can see here, this bit here is my Periscope and Twitter handle. So if you want to follow me, you can hop on there. And then this is the bit.ly link. So you take a screenshot of this, and then if you go to that link, you can register. It doesn't cost anything, it's free. It's about an hour long, and I'm going through the 7 steps to have an ideal client getting machine. I'm sure we all want that. So if you want to know how to get more new clients and to get those clients consistently, then please join me on that. Thanks very much for the hearts, by the way, always appreciated. So yeah, have a look at that, and I'll maybe see you in the next couple of days. So and do tweet at me if you're coming to join me, so that I can say hi and know who you are. Okay, all right then. I will say goodbye for now, and I look forward to scoping with you again soon. Okay then, bye.